was hoping it was going to be the Super Bowl. That popsicle game he would have been upset about. But is what it is, you know. Go fuck yourself. Detroit's a shithole. Time to celebrate. I make a Malt Liquor video. Go fuck yourself, Detroit Lion fans. Me liquor.
Twice, QB, go to booty, like a groupie, for more eyes, armor truck ice, get the bonus like the Boucher, in love with you since the days that you say, now I watch you play, Columbo, Picasso, tricks inside Colossus, turn your castle to brothels, who you loving, who you wanna be hugging, dipping on your ninja Honda with Tanisha and Rhonda, wow, you work nobody to James Fonda, physical fitness, Barry Blige be my witness, under pressure, I lie for you, die for you, Ruger by the side for you, right hand high for you, because of you, I'm inherited, trillions, burying, billions, Bentley Coops, millions, playing distant evidence, in the Chevrolet, crack the door, pee, the rim beat, you better let me in, who will love you like I do, huh? Who will treat you like I do, huh?
Yep, shout out to everybody who tuned into my podcast yesterday during the bowl games. Lit. Hit 31 Dougs. It was a steady 20 Dougs in the chat. Hours, Doug, hours. Watch hours. Content. Dougs, dogs. Lit. In chat. Chatting about chatting. And several dance-offs against Popsicle Gaming via live of the internet. Hold this L, Popsicle Gaming. Hold this L. Trash. You trash. Malt Liquor.
Let's get it on, nigga. Oh, Biggie, Small, trying to chase. Some put the dogs and shout back. 2 pound now within a van back. It in your handbag, your knapsack, it in your backpack. The smell of your girlfriend contact. Some boy don't know this. Them only come around like tourists on the beach with a few custodies. Bedtime stories. And pose like them names of Norris. I don't know the real hardcore, cause one doesn't know back to. It goes them with where them got to. And voting twice to shot to. Don't make them spot to. Unless you carry guns and that too. A beer tough thing come at you. When change down, man stop laugh and block off traffic. Then them will unpack.
Yep, that's why trolls always win. That's why trolls always win. No matter what, we're fucking winning. Oh, but still, you had the Detroit Lions winning. But technically, I did not have them winning. Yes, I have them winning yesterday, but I had them losing 2 weeks from now. So, technically, I was right. So, trolls. About to hit the door flying. Live TV.
Up and them start clap it. With the pin file and it a beat drop it. Police come in a jeep and them can't stop it. Some say them a playboy rabbit. Funny man a get up like a bad habit. Some a bother post up if you don't have it. Just a far right stand alone. Let's get it on, nigga. Let's get it on, nigga. Hey.
Yep, Popsicle Gaming, this is how you survive on YouTube for damn near 15 years. Approaching 15 in April. You gotta hate. You gotta hate on your fellow content creator. Troll the internet, troll the chat. Trolls. Who runs the internet? Trolls. Who runs the chat? Trolls. Who runs the podcast? Trolls. Hosted by a troll. These YouTube streets, Doug, not for everyone. Malt Liquor.
So grab my gun, check it. Big Papa, throwing niggas off of cliffs, smoking splits, disappear with my bitch in a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Read my lips, I kill you, blood is spilled too. Did I say thank you? I grant you 3 wishes, cause I be the genie. Niggas is ass out like fat bitches in bikinis. Read between the lines, see what I see. I see the diary of a sick bastard. Junior Mafia blaster, Ruger's on the hip spot, coke to flip chips, bought bullets to fill clips, check it. Putting coke in corner store bodegas, in the back room playing Sega. Street Fighter 2, I'm inviting you. Get your writing crew, and they dopest rhymes. I get up in that ass every time. Lyrically, I'm untouchable, uncrushable, getting mad blooded in a 600. Benz, ask your friends who's the illest. Licking shots, niggas screaming Biggie Smalls tried to kill us. It don't stop, it don't stop. Watch the hit, nigga, it don't stop, it don't stop. Watch the hit, nigga. Junior Mafia, representing Bucktown like the leather black niggas better duck down. Face down, you know the routine, the cream, earrings, you know the drama, Biggie bring. Let's get it on, nigga. Let's get it on, nigga. Jamaica, Jamaica, let's get it on, nigga. Let's get it on.
Live TV. Yep, we're going to be celebrating the Detroit Lions losing all flipping day. All fucking day.
Will you tell an officer?
Live TV. Matrix is real. Damian Marley, Bob Marley. Somebody's watching me. Views.
Thank you. Santa Clara on a sunny day. Jared Goff back in California. He's done a lot of work there. Oh, man, that's legendary right there. That is legendary. Barry and Joe with an embrace. And the Lions come out, and no pun intended, but they come roaring down the field. Jameson Williams, as soon as he got that pitch, I said, look out. Speed you can see, and that's 6. An eye on Nick Bosa. It's kind of caught up in the sauce, and you're not catching Williams. And Trevor Amos got him back to the old days. Earl Campbell, right? The breakaway jerseys. Kids are like, who's Earl Campbell? Look him up, he was great. Lions 12-1 when they scored first this season. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Next possession. And the Lions' offense is absolutely cooking. David Montgomery got a 1-2 punch with the engineer Gibbs. You'll see Gibbs in a moment. It's 14-0 and back in Detroit at Ford Field. These folks have been waiting a lifetime. Generations plus for a moment like this. It's 14-0. Not going to keep that man. McCaffrey and this Niners offense down for long. Busting through tackles. And a strong run there from McCaffrey, and this is basically like considered a lock in Vegas that this guy's going to score a touchdown. McCaffrey, 24th touchdown of the season, breaks a tie with, speaking of all-time greats, Jerry Rice for the most touchdowns in a season in Niners history. 14-7. Purdy, 3rd and 10, floats one across the middle. Malcolm Rodriguez with a pick. And the Lions in business. See Josh Pascal will get hand up, it's tipped. That led to the pick. Next Lions drive. I told you you'll see Gibbs. Speed, You can see. Gets a crease, puts his foot in the ground, and forget it. Detroit throwing punches. Looking very much the part. Campbell, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Lions side, loving things. Drake Greenlaw and that Niners defense searching for answers. Late in the half, what a pass from Goff to St. Brown on 3rd and 18. Big conversion, 3rd and 6. Those same two again. Really felt like they were looking for a knockout punch here. A touchdown before the half. It's 3rd and goal. Gibbs from his knee, gets up, and you really had to wonder, given Dan Campbell and his aggressiveness, do you kick a field goal or go for it?
Should have kicked the field goal, you asshole.
Go up by 17. Utter dominance by Detroit in the first half. They more than doubled up the total yards. 7 yards per rush, converting 3 or 4 tries on 3rd and 10 or longer. It marked the largest halftime deficit by any road team in a conference title game over the last 15 years. But the Niners, Steve, signed up for 60. Third quarter, it's 24.
Oh, my bad. He did kick the field goal. My bad. My bad. Live TV. Live TV, Doug. Man, ooh. I'm struggling. 5:42 a.m., Doug. I'm struggling. Give me a minute, Doug. Give me a minute. Man,
10, it's 4th down and 2. This Lions team is aggressive. They like to go for things. In the middle of the third, go up by 17 again. No. Goff tries to hit Josh Reynolds. Would have been a tough catch, but it's a catch that could have been made. It wasn't. Next Niners drive. Purdy looking for Brandon Ayuk. Triple doors off his head, his helmet. Ayuk's got it. Looks like he scored in real time. But as we look back, we see as it bounces off the face mask, Ayuk does a tremendous grab. He was actually down by contact. The contact happens right there on the leg and shin. But the Niners are on the doorstep. I think this is a play people might miss. This was what a pass from Purdy to Ayuk, the man who looked like he scored a moment ago, does score here. Just like that. It's a 7-point game, and just like that, Gibbs fumbles. Eric Armstead recovers. You seek to shut.
Men tell us when they use Just for Men to eliminate gray.
live
there's a
TV.
great before and after.
Gibson gets his hand on it. Gibson never really looked like he had it, did he, Steve?
No.
Never had his hand on the ball. Gibson with the rip, Armstead with the recovery. And all of a sudden, it's all falling apart for Detroit, and the faithful are roaring. There goes Purdy on a big-time run. Niners on the move. And this feels inevitable, and it is. McCaffrey to the paint, stomping in. We got a tie game, 24-all. Next Lions drive. I mentioned it was a tough catch for Reynolds on 4th down. This is the catch he's got to have. That's a 3rd and 10, and Reynolds has got it in space. That's going to be a 1st down at about the 40. Instead, it's a 3 and out. The Niners get the football right back. Early 4th, Purdy. Later in the drive. Again, it's Purdy. Using his legs as he avoids the rush. Stays on his feet. He's ducking his head, moving the chains. 2nd and 17. Purdy takes a big hit. Niners were looking for a flag. It doesn't come in. And the Niners get the field goal to go ahead 27-24. But they've erased the deficit and now lead by 3. Detroit looking for an answer. There's Goff. And there's a big-time grab from Williams, who has it, loses it. Looks like it's going to be a pick. A hell of a grab. And then Detroit Lions maintain possession. 3rd and 10. St. Brown comes up short. We know that Campbell has been aggressive all year. You go for the field goal to try to tie. It's not a given. Would have been about 47 yards. On 4th and 3.
That's where he should have kicked the field
Niners
goal.
with pressure up front, and Goff cannot convert. We're midway through the 4th. St. Brown and the Lions feel things slipping away. And now it's compounded as Purdy again takes off. Big time gain. And again, does he slide? No, he's diving head first. On a 3rd down, he gains 21 as Phelps And the faithful beginning to sense a Super Bowl trip. There goes McCaffrey. He gets taken down hard, basically on his head, his face. And he'd be looked at on the sidelines after this. Got Elijah Mitchell, more than just a capable backup. This guy's ready to be a starter, if need be. Fresh legs. He's into the end zone. They were down 17 at the half. The Niners now lead by 10. If this Detroit team didn't come this far to come this far, they're going to keep fighting. Goff finds Sam Laporta. What a year he's had. Lions moving. Later in the drive, Goff finds Anthony Ferguson.
Maximize
all their timeouts at this point. Really needed to get it there, because if you get in there with all your timeouts, you can kick it deep and try to thread the needle. 4th and goal, after they went for a run and didn't get it, had to call a timeout. There's the second touchdown of the game for Williams. So now with only 2 timeouts, go for the onside kick. And in real time, I thought, man, this is a live ball. Actually, it's a legal touching. Detroit touched it, but Niners complete the monstrous second half comeback. It was an ugly first 30 minutes, but that's why it's not a joke when we say you sign up for 60, man. You get 2 halves of football. Purdy, sensational in the second 30 minutes, 13-16, plus those big yards on the ground. You saw most of those 49. He helps get the Niners to the 8th Super Bowl trip in franchise history with Dan Graziano after the game.
Who talked at halftime and what the heck did they say?
I actually talked a little bit. I'm not a big talker, but I just said, do your job. Do your job. When you break down one guy, they get 10 yards a pop. Just do your job, everybody, and play the best second half we can.
We were only down 17, which that's not too much. But you got to start playing a lot better in order for that not to be too much. And came out in the third quarter, and we finished with a field goal. Definitely thought that wasn't enough. But then I think our D stopped them on a 4th down the next time. Then we got a touchdown. Then I want to say the next drive was the turnover. And then just like that, it was just three drives. And I think by the end of the third, it was a tie game. And then it was like, all right, it's first quarter again, but it's the 4th. Let's start.
That was the bookkeeping. The 17-point blown lead, tied for the 3rd largest in a conference championship game alongside the Falcons, who also let a 17-point lead evaporate against the 49ers in 2012. Only the 2021 Chiefs and the 06 Patriots blew larger margins. Dan Campbell was aggressive all year long, went for it on 4th down throughout. Here were his thoughts on doing that on this stage with the stakes this high.
You know, they were bleeding the clock out. That's what they do. And I wanted to get the upper hand back, you know, and it's easy hindsight, and I get it, you know, I get that, but I don't regret those decisions. Look, I told those guys, this may have been our only shot. Do I think that? No. Do I believe that? No. However, I know how hard it is to get here. I'm well aware, and it's going to be twice as hard to get back to this point next year than it was this year.
I had plenty of opportunities to still win it there at the end, and it just came up short. I struggle finding the words to totally encapsulate how or why, but I do know I'm proud of this team and proud of these guys and proud to be a part of it. And no quarter, half, play defines any of us, and unfortunately, they were better than us today.
Tim Hasselbeck has been with us throughout this NFL season on Sundays and is once again on Championship Sunday. Start with San Francisco. And with Purdy, there's been so much conversation because of how good the team is and all the discussion about how good is he relative to their success. And so you can pick it apart. That first half, there was plenty of fodder. In the second half, maybe not so much. But there's an element to his game that you don't think gets enough attention. What is it?
Listen, he was the last pick of the draft because he's not as physically talented as Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Joe Burrow, guys like that. Mm-hmm. But that does not mean that he doesn't create offense, because he absolutely does. And when you make him, we're like, wow, these guys are amazing. They're so physically talented. He's not. But he's doing stuff like that in critical moments. Stuff like this in terms of strength in the pocket, and making plays. We saw it last week when that should be appreciated. And look, he's not the most physically talented guy, but he's finding a way to make plays in a game where it's like the freakiest athletes of the world out on the field competing, and he's making plays.
Yeah, but it's just impossible because you have to either be Joe Montana or you have to suck. That's just the way. That's the way the business mandates. You have to talk about things. And that's not true. And you can apply that same sort of standard to the conversation about analytics and Campbell and should you go for it or should you not. And unfortunately, in my opinion, it isn't that black or white, right? I understand when people say the math. Well, okay. Like, there's blackjack math because there's a finite number of cards in the shoe. I don't want to go down this path. I've done it forever. But in this case, there's a bit of nuance. There's a bit of, do you go ahead by 3 scores given the stakes of the stage? And then you can say, well, Campbell always goes for it. And you say that he's supposed to always go for it. I think that there's room for gray here.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, as you watch this play out in real time, like, is the field goal a given? No. But if you make it, you're up 17. Like, how do you view all of this? And it doesn't have to be black or white.
Yeah, and I think the way I view it is that I feel like Dan Campbell could make a decision that was the right decision for him and then ended up being the wrong decision for how it worked out. And the reason I would say that is this. How he has led that football team has been clear from the jump, even when they weren't good. And that is what the team responded to.
Okay.
And so... And that's not fake. That's how he truly feels and believes he needs to coach his team. I think he'll be able to lay his head down on his pillow tonight and say, I fought the way I wanted to fight.
You basically heard him say that, didn't you?
Yeah, and you know something? Rather than saying the game slipped away from him and he wasn't as aggressive as he would have wanted to be. Look, would you like to have converted on this? Well, yeah, of course, you enjoy it. Is it a given that they make the field goal? No. If they miss the field goal and then the game slips away, then can he sleep at night? I don't think he can, just because of the fight that is in him.
Let me go back though to the middle of the third. You're up 14 after, and you heard Shanahan allude to it. They went on a long drive and only got a field goal. And Shanahan was thinking and said, maybe we didn't get enough there. If you go for a field goal and you get it, and you're up 17. I understand everything you're saying, and I agree, because I've lauded Campbell as well for being the aggressive guy. It resonates. And do you change strategy? I don't know. If you go up 17 on the road at San Francisco, did they?
Oh, I swear we're there. Yep. Once again, go fuck yourself, Popsicle Gaming, and your Detroit Lions. Who won it? Who run it? Me,
How you figure that your team can affect my crew? Gold and platinum black since I stepped on the scene. Now I mean, keep the scene. Jacuzzi full of women. She getting me and him much love like Wimbledon. My nigga screaming killer. I'm overseas in my villa. With mama suits strutting killer. Swing switch the plan, cop the Lexus land. See gutter. Rockefeller 400s for better. Blue seas push speeds with 5 in his eyes. Knocking out gon' cry for Mary Blige. I die for my niggas back in steel. Chicken heads with sex appeal. With real sexual acts up pick a pose act. The chocolate dime, watch the mafia shine. Girls get your own, can't touch a dime of mine.
And if you don't stop, then we won't stop. Continuous leader. You could be as good as the best of them, but as bad as the worst. So don't test me. You better move over. You can be as good as the best of them, but as bad as the worst. So don't test me. You better move over.
Big Mama, Keys in Tijuana. Some call me Donna, Karen or Amanda. Gas for the Panana. For brown or rosy crushes. Cat killing lovers, ignorant motherfuckers. Dropping bins on Miata. This honey's got her. Sweet pinata. 6 shots. Look him the black Erica Kane and who remains in Chanel frames and animals of all kinds. Russian Fendi staples. The matching pool tapes. Sweet the labels.
Mafia.
Admiring my shoes by Gucci. I be eating sushi, playing with my Gucci, counting Lucci.
Still need a minute, Doug. Still need a minute. Trolls.
Look up at the clock and think, I don't know if there's enough time for us to come back now. That's where I wonder, like that, there can be nuance in that. It has to be one or the other kind of
And
conversation.
that's why I think like these coaches, when they get paid a lot of money to do what they're doing,
Right.
they've got to identify, is it the point now where we're now changing our identity as a team? I've seen teams that are loose all season long, get to the biggest game of the year, and all of a sudden everyone's all buttoned up, professional and tight. Like, don't do that. And I think that was probably Campbell's approach.
I've said forever, everybody loves when you go for it on fourth down until you don't get it. I think Bill Barnwell talked about it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it these days. And I agree. It can't be results dependent either. If you're going to laud the guy for that's what he does, then you got to say that's who he is and that's what he's done. And that's what he did. And you heard him say it. I'm comfortable with it. And you think he'll sleep well. I think they're going to be. It might be a sleepless night, but when they finally fall asleep, they'll sleep.
Chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Trong video ngày hôm
What the fuck was that? Malt Liquor. Yep, we're back. I didn't plan on this video going this long, but it is what it is, Doug. It is what it is. Sometimes you just don't have it, Doug. But I'm not giving up. Just a couple more sips. Ooh.
To present the George S. Hallis Trophy to signify that championship, Michael Strahan on the podium with the victors. Michael.
All right, Kurt, thank you so much. Here's the NFC Championship trophy for the Super Bowl bound San Francisco 49ers. Joe Montana, take it away. It goes to this man right here, Mr. Jed York. And Jed, I have to say, you know what? You have another opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. What do you have to say to your 49er faithful who are in this game, no matter what it looked like early on? What do you have to say to the faithful?
We wouldn't have won this game without you. You guys stayed with us the entire time. You kept pressure on Detroit, and you helped us get this victory. Thank you so much, faithful. We love you.
All right, there you go. Joe, you can pass that off. Look, Jed, you need to hold that just a little bit. Get a feel for it, coach. Kyle Shanahan, everybody. Now, coach, you were down 17-0 going in at the halftime. We want to know, what did you tell your team that they came out in the second half and looked like the team that we expected to look like in the first half?
And we just needed the opportunities. We played as bad of a first half as we could, but we were still within 17. There's plenty of points there you can make up. We had to score on the first drive. We got a field goal, not a touchdown.
No Dwarf phone. That's how you do it, Dwarf 68. You never give up. Even when you're struggling, you never give up. Hurricane Malt Liquor, absolutely refreshing and fucking delicious. None of your fucking foam, Dwarf. Go fuck yourself, Fat Reggie. Yep. We're going to be celebrating all day, Doug, and all night. Stay fucking tuned. Malt Liquor.